the way promises have been made or receiving promises stated. I don't believe God lies. Let me try that again. I don't believe God lies. I'm smart enough to know that man will. God won't. Let me try that again. Man will lie. God won't. Man will drop you. God won't. Man will leave you hanging. But God won't. Come on now. Man will shut a door on you. But God won't. Man will look at you suffer and do nothing. But God won't. I'm saying to you that the results or reaping are just as sure as anything else he's promised or presented. Now, Joshua is this major city. I liken it to the Babylonian system. Jericho, pardon me. Joshua tells the people what to do to bring down the walls of Jericho. This indefensible, or this place so heavy in defense that there's nothing you can do with it. The enemy has you believing that his system is so big that you can't come up against it. Most of us believe that we can't even tithe or give our offerings or trust God or even pray a prayer because the system's too great. Don't worry, I got all the amens I need right inside. I'm preaching this one like you're not here because I'm going to bring this one on. God has warned us before. He said, upon this rock, I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against the revelation that I'm Lord. So here is the revelation that Jericho has walls so many feet thick that nobody's been able to penetrate the walls and invade. The system that Jericho was using was not a godly system, or God would not have allowed his army to invade. God calls the city accursed. Now, when the victory, stay with me in this because I got 10 minutes to teach this. The victory is going to come. The first day that they marched, Jericho laughed. The second day they marched, Jericho laughed. The third day, more laughter. The seventh day, there was no more laughter because the march went around more than once. It went the appropriate time that God commanded, and the priests blew their horns as God commanded. A praise went up. So you're going to need the Holy Ghost to understand where I'm at right now. A praise went up, and when the praise went up, the defense, listen to me now, that is made out of rock, made out of earth, didn't fall to anything materialistic in view. It fell to a praise. And Jericho is about to become an enormous harvest for a faithful people, but they must do with the harvest. Oh my God. What God tells them to do. This is the only way they can continue to have harvest. The minute you disobey God, it is a disruption in your harvest. And one of the ways you can disobey God is to take the harvest and do inappropriately with it when he's commanded you to do appropriately with it. So he said Jericho is an accursed thing. Now, let's pick up in verse 18. Joshua 6 and 18. And you, in any wise, keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves a curse. All right? When you take up the accursed thing and make the camp of Israel a curse and trouble it. Now listen to what he says in 19. But, everybody shout but. All the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto who? The Lord. They shall come into where? The treasury of the Lord. Now this verse is very important because, see, they are so busy worrying about themselves, they don't know that he's heaping it up to bless them. Gehazi made a great mistake with the prophet Elisha. When Naaman came to be healed, I feel like preaching. The prophet said, no, you're not coming inside my house. No, I don't even need to see you. Send a message to him. Dip into this river 7 times. When you come up on number 7, this leprosy, this disease that kills, is going to be off of you. Now, Gehazi is the servant. This is why when you have a servant's heart, you have to be careful of coveting what belongs to God. I'm going to preach this thing. So Gehazi makes a mistake. Naaman complains first, then he dips, he comes up and is free. He's so excited that he's brought all these gifts, from clothing to gold to silver to monies. He's brought all of that. And the prophet said, no, thank you. But the servant looked at it and said, the prophet, no, I'm about to preach, hold on. The prophet is not even concerned about my well-being. I've got a light bill to pay. I've got this bill to pay. I've got that bill to pay. And he's not even the least bit concerned. Listen, I better look out for myself. At this time, I can't follow the prophet. I can't follow what I've always followed, because I know what I'm facing. And because my relationship is not with God as it ought to be, I need to go on my own and make it on my own. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the spirit of America right now.